In this segment, we're going to talk about Molst forms, DNR forms, living wills, powers of attorney, all the documentation that you need with a PALS. One of the most difficult discussions that you'll have with the PALS is how do they want to treat end of life? What actions do they want taken at that point in time? Very difficult discussion, but it's necessary that you have the discussion and some decisions be made ahead of time as much as possible. Is the PALS going to want a BiPAP? Is the PAL going to want oxygen? Are they going to want to be put on a respirator? Do they want intubation? There's no right or wrong decisions. It's decisions that the PALS and you together should make about what's going to happen with the PALS at end of life time. One of the things that is available is what's called a Molst form. This is the back of it. It's a bright pink form, and the Molst form is medical orders for life-sustaining treatment. And this is a document, at least in New York State, and also in many other states, but at least in New York State, is recognized as legal medical orders of what the patient desires, what the PAL desires at an end-of-life type situation. And this form is filled out normally with a palliative care doctor who walks the PALS through it. Again, the palliative care doctor doesn't give advice about what the PALS wants done, but just ask the PALS to define what they want done at an end-of-life situation, and that's documented in this Molst form. Our local EMTs have an interesting thing which is really helpful in the sense that they provide a little sticker, which they call File of Life, which is put on the door and somewhere around the door. So if EMT should come and they see this File of Life, they go to the refrigerator and they find this particular documentation. So they know inside this documentation is instructions on where to find the Molst form, where to find the DNR, where to find the healthcare proxy in your particular apartment or house. So they don't have to look for it. They go to the door, they see this, they go to the refrigerator, they pull this out, and this tells them where to look for all of these forms. One of the things I did with my wife is I made up a sheet, and I'll just read it real quick, which is I found very, very helpful. And the sheet basically says that my wife has ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. She cannot speak, she can hear and understand you, and she can write. She communicates using a small whiteboard. She has absolutely no ability to swallow. She cannot lie flat or she will choke on her own saliva. She must be upright as much as possible. She has a feeding tube connection outside her stomach. My cell phone number is, the hospice number is, the palliative care doctor's number is, and this is the palliative care doctor. Emergency medicines are located next to this form. Okay. Why this is helpful: if your wife has an accident, or the PALS I should say has an accident, they fall, and EMT people come. The EMT people need instructions. This is not an end-of-life situation, but they need instructions that they can't put the PALS on a flat board and take them into an ambulance. The PALS needs to be set up in a sitting position. These are the cell phone numbers if you don't happen to be there for them to contact you. This is the hospice number. This is the palliative care number. So this kind of form, along with the Molst form, should be not only in your house, but should be in your car, so that if you're out somewhere, these documents are available to you. So keep copies of all this stuff available, and think about the necessity quickly of getting a Molst form filled out for the PALS.